Hi everybody, in this video we're going to be going over Ledger from BlueNotary and how you can use Ledger to save money on your taxes, keep track of traditional in-person notarization sessions, and much more. To access Ledger, you're going to log into your BlueNotary account, and you can come here and click where it says you have unlocked Ledger. You can also come to the left side here and click on Ledger. Clicking this is going to open up your Ledger dashboard. You can keep track of how much money you've been making this month, how much money you're expecting to make this month, your total income, as well as your tax savings. You can sort this out by year, month, or week. And you can also use this tax savings calculator in order to get an estimate on your expected tax savings based upon your Notarial Acts performed. Now, before I show you how you can track a traditional in-person notarization session, also known as a wet ink signature session, we're going to scroll down a little bit and you can see some of the other features here included in Ledger. So you'll be able to keep track of any unpaid invoices to make sure that you're getting paid for the work that you've performed. That's absolutely something that you're going to want to be doing as a professional. You're also going to be wanting to keep track of your mileage. Ledger is going to do this for you automatically. So whenever you put in a new address for one of your traditional ink sessions, it's going to automatically calculate that mileage. And if we scroll all the way down to the bottom here, you're going to see our tax hub. We're going to get access to our material on how to file taxes, required tax forms, and important payment tax deadlines that you need to know about. You can also track your recent sessions as well as who has paid you most recently. Now, in order to create a wet ink signature session, you're going to come up and click Create and click Wet Signature. The only things that we need to initially create this here is going to be the signer name, email address, and I also recommend changing the status. So the status is going to show you where you are in the process with this traditional notarization session, this wet signature in-person session. If it's completed and you have your signing fee listed, it's going to automatically generate that as you've already collected the payment. Otherwise, you're able to leave this blank and you can mark when you've collected the payment later. So for this example, I'm just going to leave this as pending. You don't always need to upload the document, but we highly recommend it just so you have that extra record there. Okay, so I'm going to create this session, save this electronic journal record, and then I'm going to show you how you can go through and make sure you've done everything that you need to have done for that session. This session was set up as an acknowledgement. I'm going to be able to click it right here. I can see my signer from this session. Their name is John Doe. And we're going to start going through our checklist up here in the top right-hand corner. So first things first, we might need to add an invoice. You're able to invoice users directly through BlueNotary, or you can use whatever payment processor that you prefer. So to add an invoice, you can just add it like this. You're going to put in the description of the invoice itself, and then you're going to click Create and Send Invoice. This is going to send them an email. You can also copy this invoice link right here and pass this along to the signer. You can print out a PDF and bring it to them in person when you're there. And you can also just take a look at it right here if you'd like to inspect it before moving on. So we've marked down one item in our checklist. We're going to come click Next. And I think in this hypothetical situation, it makes sense for us to have gotten paid outside of the BlueNotary invoice. So if you get paid via invoice there, it's automatically going to come up in your account as you've been paid. Now here, this would be, say, somebody paid you in cash for your notary fee. You can type that in here. You can say cash payment. You can upload a receipt if you have given it to them. And you can click Save Payment here. And now this is going to automatically generate within the ledger of my account, and I can keep track of how much money I've been making. Now, for mileage, I can come in here and I can add mileage. So if you put in the address in the invite part, it's already going to do that, the address of the signing location. In this case, I am in Wyoming. Let's say I had to run to the airport to get this done. So I had to drive 17 miles, and I'm going to have $11.10 tax deductible. Let's save this item, and we've got this added on our checklist here. Next, I'm able to come up here and add other expenses. I can click Add Expense right here. And let's say, for example, I had to buy some extra paper and it costs $5 because I had to buy it at 7-Eleven. I was on a big rush. I can come in here, click Notary Supplies and Equipment, add a description, put in the amount. Optional, I can upload a receipt, and then I can just click Save Expense. And then that expense is going to be saved there within that session info. Next, you're going to be able to add up the number of notarial acts that were performed in your session. So to do this, I'm going to come click Add Acts. Let's say you're in a state that you're able to charge $4 per notarial act. And let's say you did 6 of them because it was a loan signing session. And I'm going to click Save. It's going to calculate these notarial fees for me and add all of them from all my sessions up together. Once you see the session marked as completed and paid, if you come back to your journal, you're going to see the status change to complete, and everything in the ledger itself is going to be reflected. So you'll see higher earnings. You're going to see this reflected in your recently completed sessions, and you're going to see this automatically reflected in your mileage tracker as well. This is just a real quick overview on Ledger, available to Pro Hybrid members on BlueNotary, and how you can use it on your taxes to save money and make your job as a notary easier. We'll have a couple other deeper tutorials going into invoices and things like that. But for now, if you just have any feedback for ways that you think we can help improve Ledger to make life easier for you, please reach out in the top right-hand corner with Help Us Improve, and we'll do our best to get whatever problem you're having solved as soon as possible.